Hey, welcome everyone to Mystics Outlook. We got Cardo Dudley Jr. here. I'm Wilson Tarpe Jr. of the Washington Mystics, wrapping up their last technical home game of the season. This was one of the home away from home games. Second time they faced the Fever in Baltimore. Big second half for Indiana, carried them past the Mystics, 94-65. Again, there's several scripts we've seen this season. This is one we've seen before, too. Other teams' benches really changing the game. A familiar face in this one, former Mystic Aerial Powers. Cardell, you're in the building. Your thoughts?
Shea Petty as well. Don't forget about Shea Petty as well, man. But yeah, the game got out of control in the third quarter. Even though the game is 17-9, the Mystics was already down, at the half to begin with, man. 45-38. But that third quarter did a man. I don't think people understand how 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 much of a just how much the Fever just took the energy and life out of the Mystics in that quarter. They forced the Fever forced 10 Mystics turnovers and scored 11 points off of those 10 turnovers, man. Like and then I was scoring them 12 to 8 in the paint. Like the Mystics got nothing. That's why I only scored 9 points. They shot 36% from the field, but they gave it back. They gave it up too many times, man. And it's you can't win with 10 of your turnovers, 10 of your 22 turnovers being at one quarter, and you're already facing a deficit. And then in our fourth quarter, it just got ugly, man. They started out bombing on some three uh, by committee. It was by committee. The Mirrors Dancers, Powers, Shea Petty, Lexi Ho. It was just like back to back to back. At one point, they were shooting like 83% in that quarter. Midway through the quarter, man, it just got ugly. They finished that quarter shooting on 68, 166 splits, and no turnovers. The Fever had no turnovers. The Mystics had four. It was just dominance. They really clamped down on the Mystics as the game went along. The Mystics bad shot selection, sloppy execution, and they can't afford that, man. And then once that kind of snowballed, it impacted the other side of the floor defensively, and then it was all she wrote. And all the Fever had to do was just execute and not beat themselves and just put them out their misery. I thought Kelsey started warming up in the third. She got aggressive. She had 7 points in that quarter, in the third quarter as well. So, but with their defense, especially how Chelsea and Odyssey and them was stripping the ball. It was just so many areas where the Mystics just got thoroughly outplayed in the second half, man. And it just snowballed in the area. And then it was all she wrote. The bench 42-15 in favor of the Fever. I mean, and most of them was by former Mystics players, Ariel Powers and Shea Petty. Points off turnovers, 27-6 in favor of the Fever. Turnovers, Fever 6, Mystics 22. It got ugly, man. And normally, when I came into the game with was the Fever, the second chance points. They're a great offensive rebounding team. The Bulls, they finished even 30-29, but they finished even on the offensive board, so that was good of the Mystics. They are a great offensive rebounding team, and they're also the league leader in second chance points. They came in just scoring 13.5 points a game off second chance points. They scored 14, they reached the average. To go along with everything else where they were just dominant at. How could you expect the Mystics to win with everything I just said? It wasn't going to happen, man. It was just too many areas where the Fever just flat out just destroyed them. There's no other way of putting it. They got a lot of work to do heading into the off season. A lot of work. Even the rookies, we've seen their praises, but Shakir took a step, stayed healthy for the most part, took a step. They got to figure out how to make plays, man, make those reads without giving it back to the other team. People like I don't know what it is with this era, they like to dismiss turnovers. You can't win like that. It's no different in any sport. You keep giving the teams extra opportunities to do something to you. They're going to take advantage eventually, and they're going to beat you. It's not that it's not rocket science, man. You just can't keep turning the ball. You know, Citron, as talented as she is, she got to work on. She got to work on the angles of her passing. That's just something she got to get in the lab and work on the reads and all that. And I get it because she's never really had the ball. Maybe in high school, AAU, because she was the most talented, but damn sure not in college. She's playing with her dog on. So you and now you asking them for me to have the ball in my hands at the highest level, where oftentimes in college I was probably the most talented player on the floor. Now you come here, you're just one of, and you're going against bigs that can move, that are more athletic than you, that are taller than you, that are long. It's just a different animal, man. You know what I mean? It's just, and she struggled with that all season. If it's one area where it's like, what does she need to get at? She got to learn how to pass and make the right reads, because she's capable. And that's the next step. When she learns how to do that, be more effective than that, I'll give you 2 or 3 turnovers a game. You can live with that. But the 5 or 6, it's too much. And Kiki as well. At times, she's not as bad as Seashore, but at times she have her five times. Shakira as well, just sloppy plays. Shakira is more when she's trying to overpower 2, 3 players. That's not your game. Like, that's not her game. She's an athlete. She's not a power player. She has power, but she's not going to overwhelm a lot of bigs. They just going to hack her, especially in the W. They allow you to play as physically down there. So you got to use her athleticism, her footwork, her agility, and her size, and just get a clean shot up. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to overpower and beat Shaq down there, it's not going to work. Between Citron, Iriafin, and Alicia Clark. I mean, not Alicia Clark, but Shakira. That's 16 turnovers just between them 3. That's your entire front court that you pretty much did in it. You can't overcome that, man. So that's why the result is the result. But obviously, the Fever had motivation. Let's get this W secure. I'll play off seed so we can start locking in on the next thing, get ready for that. And they did that in convincing fashion.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you mentioned was, well, it's a couple things going into the offseason. One, gotta obviously we'll see what Georgia looks like, but regardless of Georgia, find the answer at the one. Get you floor general. They sorely need it. But everything you just mentioned, that goes with that, because just getting floor general doesn't change that. All the people you named have the ball a lot in this offense, and we've seen that throughout this year. They have the ball a lot. Yeah, they all have to get better taking care of the ball, like unquestionably. How many games have we seen where it's just that stark of a contrast? The games where their offense is flowing because they're taking care of the ball versus when they're not. It's not like it's a turnover or it's sluggish for a minute or two. It's quarters, like huge moments in time that you can't get back because it seems to happen as a group. Like it's a team wide issue with that. Like I just want to just drive that home. It's not 1 or 2 people. Like they have to tighten that up. And then conversely, we've seen the last month when they're playing teams that are in the postseason race, other teams having other players are doing the opposite. Other teams' players are doing the opposite. They're taking care of the ball a little bit better, making quicker reads, doing the right things. Like you said, the Fever had 6 turnovers. That's ridiculous. That's 6 turnovers in the game without, their lead guard has been out for most of the season essentially. But they're taking care of the ball. Go ahead.
But they got 2 veteran players that are used to having the ball in their hands, and Odyssey Sims and Kelsey Mitchell played big time minutes in college. Obviously, have played in big time games in the pros. There's nothing to them. You know what I mean? It's like let's control the game. Let's not beat ourselves, and they did that, man. They really did that. 6 turnovers between them, and Kelsey had 3. But I can live with those 3. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like it was just convincing, man. And that's what the Fever has over the Missy. Missy got a lot of young or a lot of young players. It's a mix of young players and a few more veterans that were kind of. I'm not trying to. They're like fringe players. You know what I mean? They fight every year to make a roster and stuff like that. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just telling it like it is. Whereas on the Fever side, you got players that were former stars or current stars, heavy rotation players. I mean, champions. Everybody want to ring. They're like that Memphis team is a monster. Like she came off the bench. It's just like basically like the 6'1" man, her and Solomon. But that bench mom could have started for most teams that year. That's how loaded they were, man. Like the Mirrors dancing 6'4" out there shooting threes and rebounding and high low game. I mean, Brianna Turner was a long time starting this league, and she only got 7 minutes. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So it's just a difference, man. But all in all, it's hard to give the Mystics a pass because they also beat themselves. It's one thing they beat themselves, and the Fever just beat them. Cool. We could just give the Fever, and most of it should go right now. But the Fever, I mean, the Mystics just really beat themselves. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, just some of those passes was just like right to the Fever. Like, even they were shocked. They're like, oh, let me just go get off to the races. Let me score. Make sure I score or get that one. It's just, they got to clean that up, man. And honestly, Georgia. Let's say Georgia come in and she's come in with the same type of production, same type of level of production as Kiki and Citron. That's great. But as teams catch up with the scouting report, you still going to test to see if they got better as playmakers. So we just going to blitz you and trap you, get the ball out your hands, and make them make plays. And if they can't make plays, cool. We know what we got to do. So regardless, they got to get in the lab and really figure it out. Like, getting in the lab ain't always about working on moves and shooting and scoring and shit. And sometimes you got to take it back to old school. Hey, we gonna have something on the wall, different points, different markers. You're gonna work on your passing and hit those markers and stuff like that. So you're able to understand how to pass off the bounce, pass at different angles, pass different ways efficiently. You know what I mean? So you ain't just throwing a chest pass where anybody can get it. Like, it was one Citron dribbling in the corner, and Natasha was right at the top of the key. I think it was on. It was either Shakira or Dolson, and they looked like they was about to come and trap her in the corner. She pivoted and just passed that thing, and all Natasha had to do was just stick her hand out, and the ball hit her right in the hand. She took the ball, took it on the coast to coast. I'm like, come on, man. You got to know better than that. You got to anticipate that. And it's just angles. It's no different than, on the football side, NFL. You understand creases and, just that open window. They call them open windows for a reason. You got to hit them in there because that's all that's available for you to hit that player. If you don't, it's going the other way. It's as simple as that.
Nah, you're right. The decision making is going to be huge for this group as they grow and go forward. Regardless of who's here, how the roster changes, that has to improve. Like you said, the turnovers we've seen this year, you cannot. It's impossible. It's not sustainable to win games in any professional sport, giving the ball back to the other team. No team's gonna have a great record like that. It's not sustainable. And that's one of the things that's non-negotiable that has to change for this team to take a step forward next year, regardless of what the roster construction may look like. All right, I'm gonna put it up on the screen for you.
I might. Nah, the Fever match. That the Fever match. The reserves. 42-15. 42-15. I know Eric Powers was out. At home for most of the year. She signed to somebody, then they released it, and she got with the Fever. You need to keep her. Clearly, she got some juice left because it ain't just this game. She's been the last 5 games coming into this game. She's been producing well, so she still can get it done, man. You know what I mean? So they need to keep her, man. But yeah, really the bench, man. 42-15. That means your starters got to put up numbers. You can overcome that. That's just tough.
It's one of those impossible tests. Not only you're asking your starters not only to hold their matchup down or beyond play them even, you have to dominate them to where 42-15 doesn't matter. And again, goes to the roster construction, and that's something. Again, I'm trying to remember back. It's like the 3rd or 4th time over the last 4 weeks, with regardless of the team, where it's different teams, where teams' bench production they've been thoroughly outplayed by the team's bench, and it's completely changed games. X factor.
The bench.
That makes that easy.
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm sorry, Shea Petty, for forgetting you at the beginning. Former Mystics. Aerial Powers and Shea Petty with big performances, and I think Donta was just flirting with 10 too, which he have like 9.
Yeah. All from the three for 4 from deep. And Shea Petty was 5 for 5 from the field, 3 or 3 from deep. Didn't miss a shot. Obviously motivated.
That'll do it. But all right, folks, this is the second to last Mrs. game of the season. We'll check in with you guys Tuesday night when they take on the New York Liberty in New York.